Hey y'all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are talking about the new High Temp collection from Unearthly Cosmetics. We do have a 12-pan eyeshadow palette and new bronzers. We are going to look at swatches. We are going to do a look together, and I'm going to let you know my thoughts. First things first, this collection does come out on June 27th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can use my code GLITTERFALLOUT to save money. If I were you, if you like the looks of this collection, put a note in your phone right now, okay? Because these are apparently not going to be pre-order. They are going to ship to you right away, but June 27th is quite a long time away. I feel so lucky that I have this in my hands now, but June 27th is a while away. So put a little note in your phone and say June 27th, 12 p.m., Unearthly High Temp, and maybe in the notes field, put code GLITTERFALLOUT so you can remember to save money. But first, let's take a look at, which one should we look at first? Let's take a look at these bronzers because the bronzers are kind of interesting. So these are the High Temp bronzers. We do have 4 shades total. I was sent the shades Fair and Light. There is also Medium and Deep. I am so thankful they only sent me the 2 shades because as much as I appreciate it when a brand has more than one shade of something, I don't need personally in my collection a deep bronzer, so I'm glad that that can go to somebody else. But these are really interesting to look at. So these are marbled bronzers, and it is very obvious there is a high shimmer to these when you look in the pan, but the marbling is like mostly green, I'd say. There is pink in there as well, but there's brown. I'm surprised there's not more brown in there, considering that it is a bronzer. But these, you just swirl them together and apply to the cheeks. You're gonna see how they apply when I show you in the tutorial. I do think these are interesting though. These are $16 each. There's a lot of product in here too. I do like how compact the product is as well. I will say though, and I mentioned this, I believe in the tutorial, but so we have the bronzer, which came obviously with, you know, one of those little vellum sheets. Then this came inside 2 layers of bubble wrap, which came inside a box. So as far as packaging, you will get your bronzer safe. It will not be broken, but this is the packaging I am getting rid of just to make you aware. But again, I always appreciate that I don't have to worry about these breaking in transit. Now the palette. First, I want to discuss again the packaging. So as always, you get an outer cardboard box. So this is a hefty buddy, and it comes with foam on the inside and foam that covers the palette. The palette comes inside a box, and then you have the palette. So again, it's a lot of packaging, but your package will not break in transit, okay? And I don't know about you, but I've received an eyeshadow palette before that was shattered to bits, and it pissed me off. So I'm so happy I don't have to ever worry about that with Unearthly. But I love this art. Look at this like cyborg hot chick with her little septum piercing. I'm into it. And when you open it up, we do have 4 shimmers and 8 bold mattes. Now, 2 of the shimmers, one of them is a duochrome, and that shade is Glowing, which is the bottom left-hand corner, which shifts from gold to pink with like a hint of green. And then in the bottom right-hand corner, we have Muggy, which is a multi-chrome. So this shifts 84 different colors, approximately, give or take. But when I swatched these, oh gosh, I was so happy with it because this is a color story that speaks to my soul. I am a warm-toned lover, and this is just like my sunset, sunrise dreams. This palette screams summer to me. It really screams summer with these colors. It is just like vibrant and bold and beautiful. But I feel like you could also create more subdued looks with it. Obviously, I chose to not go subdued, but like these colors over here are very subdued and very pretty. Like you could do just a gentle wash of shimmer on the lid with maybe 1 matte in the crease and call it a day, or you can go crazy like I did. So as far as the swatches, I was happy with them. I will say that some of the matte yellows seem to swatch a bit drier than normal. This does not mean they were patchy or that you could see through them. It just meant they were a little bit drier. So I did feel the need that I personally wanted to build them up a bit, and they built up just fine in the swatches, but I do want to talk about how they performed on the eyes. So we are going to do this look together. I will show you how I got this, and then we're going to talk about how I feel about this collection. So let's jump into it. All right, hello, let's try this. So I actually want to try the bronzer first. I'm going to go in with light. So the shades go fair, light, medium, and deep. So I probably could wear fair as well, but I do kind of want to really amp up like the summer vibes. So I'm going to try this. I'm so curious because it is so marbled and there's like a lot of, not a lot, but there's definitely green in here. When I put it on my brush, it definitely does look like a bronzer. So I'm probably going to start small and build up. This is glowy. Ooh, okay, so I think that I would personally use this as a blush too, because this is very, very, very glowy for a bronzer. Look how pretty that is though. Oh yeah, see, that's my thing. This is so glowy. I'm using this as a blush and bronzer at the same time. Like, it's so pretty. It's interesting though, because when I turn this way, that looks not blended, but let's see if we can make this look a little bit better. That's a little bit better. So it's weird because like when you look at it from the side, it looks perfectly blended. It definitely does have shimmer to it though. There's like a pretty significant shimmer. Yeah, I feel like that's better once it's like blended out a bit more. Maybe I just didn't blend it enough to start, but like this is very, very pretty. But I personally think, I don't know, maybe it is just a bronzer. Maybe I could put some blush on top of this. We'll see, but oh, it's very pretty though. Very glowy. I don't think that this is too deep for my skin tone either. In the winter time it might be, but I've been getting a little bit more sun, so I think this is great. Oh, that bronzed up the skin really nicely. Okay, I really like that so far. I will say though, just so you know, the bronzer comes in a box, and inside the box we have bubble wrap, and inside the bubble wrap we have the bronzer, and then we have this. So like this is the packaging that I'm gonna be getting rid of, so I can have this, but I always do appreciate how protected everything is. But I just want to let you know. But now we are going to jump right into the High Temp eyeshadow palette. I have been dying to play with this baby. So I'm going to use a bunch of colors. I really am. I feel like I want to put a lot of these fiery colors on my lid. I'm probably going to stick mainly to the top and then add sprinkles of these in here. Now my primer is already on. I do want to start with the lightest color in the palette, one of the lightest colors, and that is Bright. So Bright is a very pastel, almost yellow. This is the color that I found to be a little bit dusty when I was swatching it. But again, like with this kind of color, I'm not looking necessarily to get opacity, like where you can't even see my skin through it. This is going to be more of like a transition color for me. This is showing up nicely. I will say about this color, it's a bit more of a dry matte formula. I don't mean so dry in that it's not showing up or that it's patchy or anything like that. But you know how some mattes almost feel like creamy? This one definitely is more on the dry side. So I feel like personally, I like how I can build it up. This is a very pretty transition color though, right? Like you definitely can see it. Now I want to start going over the lid, and then I might go back and put something deeper in the crease, but I'm going to start with Summery, which is just your typical like beautiful kind of goldenrod yellow, and that is going to get packed right here on the inner corner. And I want these mattes to be opaque. I don't want to be able to see any skin through them. I feel like yellow is a color that like is, I've never seen anybody do it where you don't have to like completely pack it on. So if you've ever seen a yellow that just in one swipe goes on beautifully, a matte yellow, without having to like go over it, let me know in the comments down below. I've never seen one. This one is doing a beautiful job though. I am packing it on, but that's because again, I want it to be vibrant as heck. So I'm just gonna take my brush and clean it on my Sigma switch. Also, I know I talk about this thing often, but like literally I have two sitting here at all times. This is probably one of my favorite makeup tools ever. It is just brilliant, so I'm not using 90 brushes for every look. I'm gonna go into Firey, which is a beautiful, beautiful matte orange. This is a color that I always love. Look at that. Now that in one press on my lid, I'm gonna have to blend it out, excuse me, but like, oh my God, look how pigmented and beautiful that is. Wow, wow, wow. So now I'm gonna be gentle and just kind of continue to pat, but I wanna blend those two colors together. I'm going to take a separate brush. This is the Singe EO1. This is a bit more firm and it's got kind of that roundness to the top of it. And I'm going to go into Heated. So Heated is just this beautiful, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not even showing, beautiful matte red. Look at that. I'm going to tap off the excess because the orange definitely went quite a long way. So I don't want the red to take over everything, but I do want it to be noticeable. I'm probably going to be going back in and layering all these mattes all over again. That's what I usually have to do when I'm using a lot of mattes in one look. But look how beautiful. Look how, like, oh God, I will always love a sunset eye. Like, I always kind of feel like myself in a sunset eye. I do feel like I'm having a little bit of trouble getting this matte yellow to stick at this spot on my eye. So I think that might be an issue where my primer was like not blended out enough, but so it happens. I'm gonna blend out those edges. And again, like I said, I'm just gonna go back and touch everything up, all of these colors. I'm not sure if this is a bad choice or not. This very well might be. Oh, I had some fallout with that red. I don't know if you can see, I'm making it so much worse. Yep, I made that worse to the point where I need to take off my concealer and redo it. All right, take two. I'm gonna go into Burn, which is a sort of like rosy pink color. I'm tapping off all the excess. And I wanna use that just right here, just to kind of bridge the gap a little bit between the yellow and some of these colors. I'm not even sure if you're really gonna, oh yeah, you can see it. So it's kind of blending that red up into the pink, which goes up into a yellow. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, I like that. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to go under the eyes and everything like that. You could leave the look just as is and not use any sparkle, but I'm going to sparkle it up. Now, the only thing that this palette does not have that I have to admit, I wish it did, I wish there was a vibrant, sparkly orange, but I do have a yellow, I have a red, and I'm going to try to use a little bit of glowing in the middle. Now, glowing is a beautiful duochrome. It's very, very pretty, so I think we're going to be good, but I want to use some glitter glue. Okay, so I applied some glitter glue to my inner corner. I'm going into Toasty, which is just a gorgeous, vibrant gold, and I am packing that right over the yellow, and you'll see, look how instantly vibrant that is. Oh, that is so pretty. All right, flipping over my brush, I am taking a little more glitter glue. I'm going to pat that right in the middle, sort of overlapping just a little bit. And I'm doing one eye at a time, and I'm going in with Glowing, which again is that duochrome. So this does have like kind of a pinky gold to it. So it is not going to be orange, but maybe packed over that orange. Yeah, you can definitely still see some orange coming through, but there's also the pink in there. And that shift, oh, that's pretty too. Oh, see, it's interesting. When it comes to neutral looks, I love all matte. Oh my God, like I love an all matte smoky eye, like a brown shadow look. But when it comes to other looks, I am a shimmer slut. I feel like Shimmer Slut would be a fantastic t-shirt. What do y'all think? And lastly, more glitter glue, and I am going in, excuse me, with Blazing, which is that shimmery, sparkly, beautiful red. Oh, I need to blend that, but it's cute. It's so weird because the line looks so harsh in certain lights, but like when I close my lid and move it, like you can see there, it's pretty blended. Where's that harsh line coming from? Oh, that's pretty so far. It's interesting because like some of these lines like are looking a little more harsh than I expected, but is it weird that I don't mind? I don't know. Ooh, I like the way that this kind of traveled here, so I'm going to press some more into the inner corner. I love that color. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop off camera and I'm going to do my liner real quick, and then we will finish the under eyes, and I'll be right back. And then I'm going to go in with Feverish since I already used Burn. Same brush, and I'm just going to kind of connect it to the outer edge here. I was originally trying to decide if I wanted to do like black on the waterline here, and I'm not going to. I'm going to use, so this is by Surratt. Oh my God, what's the name of this? The Inner Light Baton. And this is just, for me, it is sort of like a skin tone color. And it just kind of helps to brighten and open the eye a little bit. It's like you can barely even see it, but also because I have this many reds around my eyes, I don't want that to make my actual eyeballs look red. So I feel like it makes my eyeballs look whiter. God, that sounds weird. As a final step for the eyes, I'm going to take this Kaleidos highlighter. This is Solar Sailor, and it is white with very strong hints of gold. And I'm just going to see how that looks. Yeah, see, like, I feel like that just complements the look nicely. It's not too bold, but it definitely, like, picks up on that yellow, but is definitely lighter than the yellow that's in the High Temp palette. All right, I'm going to hop off camera one more time, and I'm going to do some blush. I'm curious to see how it goes on top of the bronzer, and I'm going to do lips, and I'll be right back, and we can talk about what I think of this palette and the bronzer. All right, here is my final look with the Unearthly High Temp palette and bronzer. So first, let me talk about the bronzer. I think that this is really pretty. This was my very first time putting it on my face, so I'm giving myself kind of a learner's curve, but I can see this being something I'm going to use often. Now, I did layer blush on top of it, so I have a little bit of an intense cheek, and I layered more of the Solar Sailor highlighter on top of that, but I kind of really like it. Like, does it look like makeup? Oh my God. Yeah, it does. Does it show my skin texture? Kinda, yeah, it does. Do I care? No, because to be honest, it's summer. I feel like this is a summery, like fiery cheek, and we've got that bronze glow also for my blush. I'm so angry in a way because I've been obsessed with this deep, dark color. This is from Finding Ferdinand. This was from the Summer Abroad collection, which is now unfortunately sold out. I'm still going to see if I can find it for you, and if I can, I'll link it down below. But I feel like this looks like my natural sunburn color. I've been absolutely obsessed. But the bronzer, again, I'm giving myself a learning curve, but I do like it, and I can see myself using it way more than expected, if I'm being honest. The palette, oh, I have lipstick everywhere. You guys, sorry, I am still getting used to Invisalign, and lipstick and lip gloss and everything, it just goes everywhere. But this palette, I love it. I'm having so much fun with it. I love a warm color story. I love a summery, fiery sunset kind of color story. This is something that this is like a given for me. Okay, this is a given in my collection. Now, I really enjoyed how the mattes performed. I do feel like the yellows needed some building up. To be fair, again, like I said, I have never personally had a matte yellow that I have not had to build up or that didn't appear slightly drier than the other colors. I don't know what it is about matte yellow. I imagine it's a very hard color to formulate. But that being said, I was able to build it up to the opacity that I wanted. You couldn't see any skin through. It was not patchy, anything like that. But I'm a shimmer girl at heart, and I love this shimmer on this. I feel like this is so dreamy, and I love this with a thick black wing too. So overall, I really had fun playing with this palette. Let me see how many colors I used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I used 10 out of 12 shadows on this look. Patting myself on the back. Usually I'm not as good about that, but I feel like this just makes it so easy to create a look, right? You can create something dark and smoky and like just use these fiery reds and that deep brown, or you can create something so light and almost like pastel if you stick in this region. I really feel like there's some versatility to this palette. Versatility, is that the word? Do you ever hear yourself say a word and you're like, no, that can't be right? No, that is the word. Versatile, versatility. There we go. But I really am having fun playing with this palette. I had fun creating this look, and I technically feel like fire in this look. What can I say? Again, if you are thinking of picking up this collection, it comes out June 27th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can use my code GLITTERFALLOUT to save some money. So put a bookmark in your phone right now for when this goes on sale so you can make sure you snag it pretty quickly. And as far as I know, they said these are not pre-orders. I'm saying that again. These are not pre-orders. They will be ready to ship. So make sure you set an alarm on your phone so you can get this in your hands as quickly as possible. But that is it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps out my channel so much. It takes you 2 seconds to just hit that little thumbs up. And you all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all Glitter Fallout. As always and forever, you're super freaking rock stars. I love you so much with my whole heart. my whole heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.